All right, testing 1, 2, 3. Where's chat is disabled for this lecture? No. I get this chat. Hey guys, we're gonna be get started pretty shortly. I'm trying to work out the chat room being disabled, so just give me 2 seconds. So I'll try to fix that. All right, so I can't get that to work, so I guess we'll just have to do email. So let me just type in my email just so you guys have this, okay? So I'm actually Justin Nave. I'm actually hosting the webinar today instead of Tyler. So that's my email up here. Let me know if you guys can see this, and I'll zoom in on it. It's just in the search bar. I can't zoom in any better, but there we go. So Justin.nave, N-A-V-E, at SEMrush.com. If you just want to email me directly with any questions while we're in the webinar, it's the only way I can get the kind of chat to kind of start, because I'm not seeing any options to enable the chat room post webinar being started. But yeah, let me know if you have any questions, just email me directly. If not, we'll kind of just continue, okay? So looks like a lot of people here now. All right, so let's just jump into it. Welcome to SEMrush 101. This is Justin here, be your host today. What we're doing here is essentially going over probably the most useful, most popular tools inside SEMrush. A little background of what SEMrush is. It's essentially a full digital marketing software. So we're going to help you get traffic either directly or via paid, organically, social media, referral, all sources of traffic to your site. We have a tool or an aspect in SEMrush that's going to help out. We also provide a lot of insights on obviously your site, what's going on, and what your competitors are essentially doing. So keep in mind, you can always be researching your competitors. A lot of these tools have that competitive analysis, okay? What we're doing here is essentially just a domain overview for eBay to show you functionality of the tools, what kind of tools we have, what kind of data we're providing, how we gather that data, and so forth, all right? So essentially, looking at eBay.com, we're in the US database. We do have international databases, as you can see here, pretty worldwide for international. And we have desktop and mobile. Each country and device will have their own size of the database, okay? So for example, United States, we're tracking the top 125 million keywords. It's essentially any keyword that's being searched 10 times or greater per month. We'll have information on that keyword, who's ranking for it, who's bidding on it, etc. And we're collecting this information historically. So this is live data as of today. Not every single keyword is updated daily. We have a tool for that in the project section, which we'll jump into, but we do store this information historically month after month. So, at the end of April, essentially all the keywords should be updated in terms of ranking, but you can go back up until January 2012, month after month, to see how well you're ranking for those keywords, or, essentially, if you're in the guru or a business level. Okay, so that historical database is not offered on the pro level. But yeah, let's just jump into it. So this is an overview. We're going to be jumping into pretty much all these reports today. Let's jump into organic. So we're looking at eBay.com, what they're doing in terms of how well they're ranking in Google for the top 125 million keywords. It looks like they're ranking for 32 million keywords out of the 125 million sample size. What SEMrush is doing is looking for who's ranking for each of those keywords in the top 10 pages. So 100 results organically for those keywords, and then who is bidding on those keywords in the top 2 pages for AdWords. This is the organic research report. So just saying, hey, how well are they doing and how many keywords are they ranking for? That's essentially what we're providing here. So a lot of people look at this as the not provided keywords that Google Analytics is not showing you. We're a complement towards Google Analytics and Google Search Console. We're showing you any keyword that you're ranking for, regardless of how well or popular that keyword is. Okay, and in the project section, we do have integration to Google Analytics. Just keep in mind that we do have that. So we'll get to the project section shortly because I'm mentioning a lot of tools. And then whoever is joining right now, just keep in mind you have to email me directly at justin.nave@SEMrush because the chat is disabled. So my apologies for that, but that's my email up there. So let me know if you have any questions, okay? Because we're going to get into some things that are going to kind of require that question. But yeah, so eBay.com, they're ranking for 32 million keywords. We're estimating they're getting about 121 million visits per month. And that's based off those keywords, okay? The way we estimate that traffic is looking at each keyword, the search volume for that keyword, and the position they're in. So for example, eBay is ranking for the keyword eBay naturally. They're in the first position, and that keyword is being searched 45 million times per month. So since they're in the first position, we're going to estimate that they're getting at least 36 million visits out of the potential 45 million per month. And we do that for all 32 million keywords and estimate that they're getting at least 120 million visits per those keywords, okay? Now, traffic costs, this is an interesting metric right here. This is just looking at how much value those organic keywords are worth to them. So they're not spending any money for these direct keywords, but if they were bidding on all 32 million keywords and getting 120 million visits, looking at the advertising data like cost per click, it would be costing around $78 million per month to get this kind of numbers right here, okay? So you can break down this information. So let's just say, you're not interested in keywords that you're already ranking well for. Definitely use these metrics right here or these reports right here to show you, hey, let me see all the keywords that are on the second page of Google that I can do some quick optimization and get some quick wins here. So this report will just kind of break it down. Hey, you have 18 million. You can see this keyword is responsive to the filters that you've used here. They have 18 million keywords that are in the top 20 results, okay? Keep in mind, these keywords are URL specific. So you're going to see that eBay is ranking for the keyword eBay multiple times throughout the site, all right? And we're only counting the estimated traffic once for that keyword, essentially. But yeah, let's go through these metrics right here, just because you're going to see these numbers on a recurring basis in SEMrush, and it's good to understand what they mean now. So again, the keyword is what they're showing up for organically. The position is what position they're currently in versus last month we crawled. And we'll tell you the difference in rankings since the last time we crawled. Last update right here, this tells you when the last time we updated that individual keyword in our database. Traffic percentage is our best guess of how much value that one keyword brings in terms of total traffic. Volume, we went over this already, but it's just the search volume per month on the national level. Keep in mind, these are national results, so national volume, national rankings. That's a monthly number right there as well. We do have an ability to go local, and we're going to jump into those local tools. So just email me directly if you're a local business, just so I know to focus on that a little bit more. We do have those tools available. KD percentage, this is on a scale of 0 being very easy to 100 being very difficult. How hard it is for you to rank for this keyword, looking at who is also looking at who also is ranking for this keyword. So we're essentially looking at the other 20 people competing for the keyword, and then giving you an average of their domain strength, which is looking at the keywords they're ranking for, how well they're doing for those keywords, and then how many backlinks and the quality of those backlinks. So the KD is essentially telling you how hard is it for you to rank those keyword organically. And the closer you get to 100, the harder it will be and the longer it will take to rank for that keyword. Cost per click is just telling you the average cost per click for that keyword in AdWords, Google AdWords on the national level. And again, these are URL specific, so you can kind of see, okay, how many keywords are going to this URL specifically. You can kind of use the pages report here. And this is where we're breaking down your page or a competitor's domain page by page and just showing you how many pages you actually have traffic linking to and how well they're performing for those keywords and backlinks. So ebay.com/autoparts/vehicles, whatever this URL is right here, they have 4,000 keywords going to that URL specifically. And you can see that these are the keywords right here. And essentially what you're doing here is making sure the correct keywords are ranking for the correct URLs and that there's no keyword cannibalization, essentially, okay? That's what you can kind of look at this one report for. Another way you can use this information is by looking at the competitors report. This is looking at who else is ranking for common keywords that eBay is also ranking for. So we're not doing competition by category or industry like you might think we might be doing. We're doing this by keywords. Okay, so these are domains that are also competing in the top 20 rankings for those keywords. Okay, so you can see Amazon as an obvious one, but you might see Pinterest showing up as a competitor. Even though they're doing different services in different industries, they're both competing for about 5 million keywords in the top 20 results. So they're competing for the online space. You're competing for that online traffic. That's how we identify competition in this report. Okay, we got a question here. Okay, so what this report is doing, it's a keyword gap analysis. You can do up to 5 domains at once, but you're just competing, just doing a head-on comparison for your domain and a competing domain for organic, paid, and product listing keywords, which are just Google Shop ads. Essentially showing you where there's overlap, what keywords are we both competing on, and you can also say what keywords are we both unique using, or if you can do unique to first domain keywords. And that's essentially showing you all the keywords the first domain here is ranking for that you're not ranking for. So you in that case, you would want to put the competition first and say, hey, show me all the keywords that my competitors are using in the top 20 or in the first page of Google that I'm not using at all. Okay, so this can be very effective to get some keyword information for your competition. Alrighty. Let's jump into the project section because these are a lot of the hands-on tools. And I always recommend this for new users or current users that are not taking advantage of the project section. This comes standard with all accounts. Just the limits of what you can do in these projects essentially is determined on your account level. But this is an example for publicstorage.com. And you can see that all these tools appear. And I'm going to quickly go over some of them. For example, organic traffic insights. This is the Google Analytics and Google Search Console integration. So what this is doing is essentially saving you a lot of time. So you're not going back and forth between Google Analytics, your Google Search Console. How many people did come to this one website or this one landing page, or what's my bounce rate for this one landing page? We're pulling all that information for you, and then showing you some keywords that we're showing as well, so the not provided keywords. So it's a huge time saver, so you're not going back and forth from Google Analytics. And it also does come with PDF reporting if you're an agency and you want to say, hey, this is your best performing landing pages to a client, or this is how many visits you're actually getting via Google Analytics. You could definitely use that information. We also have Adobe Analytics. It's not in this section since it's brand new, but we could definitely hook you up with that access if you need it. Just reach out. So some of the tools I want to jump into is Site Audit. This can be taken advantage of regardless of what industry you're in or how large or small your business is. So what this is going to do is crawl up to 100,000 pages at one time for the domain that you're working on, looking for errors, warnings, and notifications. This is how we break down these technical issues. So they're all technical issues that Google looks for. We kind of mimic what they look for and say, hey, this is where we found this issue. We also dive into like load speed time, which is essentially very important, average load speed time, and then how long, showing any pages that become interactive after 1 second. So any kind of laggage there for interaction or load speed time, we could definitely show you maybe why that's happening and where those slow pages are at. This is the full issues that we look for. So some things that are important are title tags, you're missing a title tag, or you're missing a meta description. Another big thing is internal linking or external linking, showing you, hey, you have a broken link here, or you have a 404, or you have too many redirects and chains. All these issues essentially are around user experience. And why that's important is because if a user comes to your site and it's kind of falling apart or it's slow, Google takes note of that and will penalize you for technical issues. How much it affects your rankings really depends on how large your site is and how many errors you have, but that is tied into ranking factors. So that's why we have it telling you, hey, this is where you're getting those issues, why it's important, how to fix it. That's where SEMrush can kind of cover you in terms of technical. And this is the internal linking report right here. Okay. Something that's also available is PDF of reporting. You can email this, have it white labeled, have it scheduled directly to the client. So a lot of people use this as prospecting or reporting tools for their clients, or just use it internally. Another great tool here is position tracking, another tool in the project section. It's really in the name, position tracking. What we're doing here is you're selecting the location or the position. So United States desktop, United States mobile or tablet, or you can go down to a city, state, or zip code. This is essentially ranking, keyword rankings updated every single day for organic and AdWords for your domain and 20 competing domains. So it's pretty robust in terms of what we're actually doing here. We're giving you an overall visibility score for you and your competing domains here. And we're actually keeping track of the rankings historically. So this starts collecting the day you set it up. So from a year from now or 2 years from now, you essentially go back in time and say, hey, have we made any difference in terms of rankings since we're using SEMrush to increase our optimization? This tool will essentially tell you that. And if not, it will kind of keep track of how well you're doing for these keywords versus your competition. This is a list of keywords that you've entered. Something else we're doing is looking for local pack information and looking for geo-targeted ads or any kind of SERP feature that will be important for you. So instant answer, images, video, anything that you're kind of going after in terms of SERP feature, we're looking for that at the SERP level. This is actually how we collect our information for those keywords, is we're actually crawling the SERP for that keyword individually for the top 10 pages and just recording, hey, this is what's showing up in local pack. This is what's showing up in AdWords in that location or nationally. Local pack is going to be super important for those local businesses. That's why we have it right here. So if you're a local business, definitely utilize this tool. SEMrush will tell you how well you're ranking for local pack, or if you're not ranking for it, that you should be ranking for it because that keyword is triggering a local pack. Therefore, you should be going after that keyword locally and organically or AdWords. So this tool will definitely help you out in terms of all those aspects. And it comes with competitors discovery, also showing you domains competing for those keywords in that area. Devices and locations, just telling you how well you're doing across each device. Or if you're like in a tri-state region where you get business from outside the state, you can definitely see how well you're doing in both states or both cities. If you're that localized, like a dentist, that will definitely help out. Okay. And again, PDF available reporting. Another great tool I'm going to mention here is the listings management. This comes hand in hand with local pack results. This is an add-on essentially. So this is an extra $20 per month, but it does help out with the listings and the reviews, which if you're familiar on how to rank for those kind of reports or those SERP features, your name, address, and phone number being correct across the directories is definitely one way to kind of increase your chances for ranking for those local packs. Also, the Google reviews that we offer in here, getting more reviews and better reviews also is a ranking factor for local pack information. But what this listing management tool does, it looks for name, address, and phone number. You can update this across the top 70 directories. You can see the directory list is right here. And with a click of a button, we update that for you. And we also lock down that listing for you so it will not deteriorate over time, which happens naturally. Like SEMrush community is being listed on Facebook, which is incorrect, and that could hurt our local pack information. Since we're a software company, it doesn't hurt us that much in terms of business, but if you're a local business, that could be detrimental to that. So definitely look at that. Something else you can do is hours of operation, holiday hours, payment methods, images, social media links. You can also edit that in this profile. Okay, so let me know if you have any questions with that. Highly recommend that for any local business. Some other tools I want to jump into, since I'm not sure where everyone's coming from in terms of background. I always try to, do a broad stroke of the pen here and saying, hey, this is all the possibilities how you can use SEMrush. One major possibility and usage here is the content curation. Okay, so this is the keyword magic tool. There's actually over 2 billion keywords in the US database and more keywords in each database, essentially. So there's a lot of keywords that we're tracking in here. Essentially, this is just keyword research. So a lot of ways you can utilize this is finding out, hey, how are people searching for this keyword? What's the search volume for this keyword? What keywords are related in question form that I can utilize? How much is this keyword going to cost? That's one way you can essentially use the keyword magic tool. What it's doing is you type in the keyword that you want information on. We're going to tell you all the keywords semantically related by highest volume for that topic. Okay, so root canal. How are people searching that keyword? What are the most popular ways? So root canal, what is root canal? These are all semantically related to root canal. On the left-hand side, these are the better categories, if you will, that you can jump into. So maybe you only want to write about pain or treatment or the cost. You can see how many keywords are going to that related topic. So it's about 2,322 keywords related to root canal and crowns. And when you click on that, it changes the data set to be semantically related to those 3 keywords. So this is the way you can do long tail keyword research or, blog. If you're a blogger, this is a great way to see what questions are being asked. If you use this question form tab, what are the keywords being asked around root canal? You can see the highest volume keyword is what is root canal? How long does it take? Does it hurt? How much does it cost? So a great tool to utilize for keyword research. You can also see what the purchasing intent is. So the longer tail the keyword is, usually people have a higher purchasing intent, essentially, because they know what they're looking for. So keep that in mind when you're doing the keyword research. Another great tool for content creation is the topic research. So again, you can go localized here down to a city or nationally for different countries. We're going to use that we're going to use the root canal example again. This is looking at other topics that you can write about, or it's showing you what people are currently talking about regarding this topic. So there's a lot of ways you can use this tool, content creation or just research purposes. These are keywords that are related to root canal, but not necessarily root canal in the keyword. So you can see deep clean. That's a keyword that's related to it, but it's talking about root canals in a deep clean. Connective tissue, that's probably something that is removed during the root canal process. That gives you like the sensitivity, I guess. But that's the keyword, connective tissue. It's talking about root canals, and that keyword, connective tissue, is being searched 27,000 times per month. We're also showing the top 10 headlines in terms of backlinking related to that topic, and other questions related to root canals or connective tissues. So it's essentially giving you more research, more blogs, more ideas to write about, what people are currently writing about, what their content looks like. So you're doing some competitive analysis, and you're also getting some other keywords in terms of related searches. So very helpful for content creation. Let me know if you have any questions with that. This is a big selling point for a lot of the users. A lot of people like this tool. Okay, I got a question here from Jill. Is there best practices or a way to pull a list of keywords that we should be paying or we should be buying when placing a PPC campaign? How does SEMrush handle a site that is redirected, applied to it? Sure. So Jill, the redirected aspect of your question, I'll have to see an example of that. It really depends on what you're looking for. Are you looking for keywords that are related to that? Or are you looking for technical issues? Maybe we'll jump on a call after that. In terms of best practices for pulling a keyword list, you definitely want to use the keyword magic tool, type in the keyword, and really start to narrow down keywords that are related to what you're looking to. So you want to kind of use a combination of tools here. I would first see, are you ranking for the keyword organically? If you are, how well are you ranking for the keyword? Do you have any intent of ranking higher organically? Then you also want to look at the volume, the cost per click, and the competition level. So the competition level, COM, this is telling you how competitive the keyword is on the national level, on a scale of 0, meaning no one was bidding on this keyword, and then 1 being the most amount of ads possible, which is about 6 or 7 that are showing up for that. So you want to take that into the consideration. How many people are searching for this keyword, how much it's going to cost us per click, and how competitive this keyword is. You also want to use the position tracking tool or the other keyword research tools, essentially who is bidding on this keyword and what does their ad text look like. So you want to get an understanding of who is actually ranking for the keyword, how well you're ranking for the keyword, who was also bidding on this keyword. So these are the ads right here that are associated with that we found. So this keyword is going to be pretty competitive organically and paid. But you definitely want to use the position tracking tool and track that keyword and say, hey, this is the most up-to-date keyword information we have in terms of cost per click. So let me show you that example. Position tracking is updated every single day in terms of ranking. So it's very important to see who is bidding on the keyword and what the ad text looks like. So you can just switch here organic to paid, and it gives you information of who's showing up for that keyword. And then you can click the SERP here to see what the ad text looks like. So this is Google AdWords. Now we're looking at ad data for the keywords that you entered and view SERP here. This will also help you determine geo-targeted ads. Is someone bidding on this keyword on the national or local level? So that's kind of the best practices I would suggest, is kind of going through that workflow. There's going to be multiple steps, But yeah, those are all factors that are taken into the equation when you're doing keyword research for PPC campaigns. All right, the big ones being the volume, the cost, and the competition. All right, let me know if that helps out. So some tools that kind of help out in the workflow in terms of content creation obviously are the topic research, the keyword magic tool. You want to end up in this area, SEO content template and the SEO writing assistant. I'm not going to show you an example of this, but I will tell you how they work. It's better to be used by an end user like you guys in a real world example than me just plugging in some keywords. But the SEO content template will tell you who is ranking for these keywords in the top 10 results in the location that you've entered. Also telling you how long the content is and giving you the idea of how long your content should be. So if the top 10 people are ranking for said keyword and the average length is 1,000 words on their content, it's a good idea that you, when you're building your content, that you should kind of mimic that length. Okay. We're also giving you keyword density and occurrences, some other metrics that will be helpful. And the SEO writing assistant is essentially a Google Doc plugin or WordPress plugin. And what we're doing here is grading your content in real time with overall score, your readability score, making sure that you're hitting the target keywords, recommended keywords, and the target length. And we also just introduced tone of voice, which can be very helpful. Okay, so we also check for plagiarism. So there's a plagiarism check involved here. You have to use that on the Google Doc or the WordPress to get that check. Okay, so very helpful. Those tools are very helpful for content creation and workflow. Okay. Some other tools I'm going to really kind of skim through here are the social media aspects. So SEMrush has the ability for analytics for your social media accounts and your competitors' social media accounts for the organic aspect. So we offer Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn, and Pinterest for your domain and your competition, showing you key metrics like audience growth, activity, engagement rate. You know, if your competitors made a post, we'll have it right here. It does pull the last up to 90 days historically, but just showing you how effective that post was for your domain or competition. You know, if you're mentioned in a tweet directly or in a hashtag, you know, that could be helpful, keeping tabs on who's mentioning you, who's tweeting you. It comes with PDF reporting. And the social media poster kind of helps out more with scheduling the post. So if you want to schedule a post to be sent out weekly or monthly, or, you know, once a year or next week, you know, whatever the scenario is, we essentially can help you with Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, and Pinterest. We save the post right here and just schedule to be sent out. The only part that's not, which is manually, is Instagram, but we just save that post for you, and then email you 5 minutes before, and you just click post via email. And that's a privacy concern on Instagram's end. It's not a limitation on the software, just keep in mind. But you can see that we do text, emojis, GIFs, UTM, which is a tracking, images, and you can do links. We also comes with analytics here, analytics for Facebook and Twitter, and essentially keeps track of that post, how effective it was, and then your demographics of followers, you know, age, gender, when are they online? So you know that, you know, most of your users are online at 1 o'clock after lunch. You're going to schedule that post to be right before lunch. So when they log in, they see that post. Okay. We also have an ability to boost your post, which is an extra $1, I believe. And that's kind of a paid feature for Facebook, obviously, and Twitter. But it just kind of boosts that post. If you're familiar with that and how that works, we have that available. Okay. So that's a cool thing that we just added. Another great tool that I'm going to kind of talk about is the backlinking aspect. Okay, so we have a whole backlink database that you can look at. How many backlinks do I have? How many backlinks do my competition have? Where are they getting their referral traffic? It's definitely available in the main dashboard right here. Okay. We also have backlink audit, which is looking at the backlinks we have found, the backlinks Google has found, and then giving them audit on a scale of 0 being non-toxic to 100 being very toxic. And the importance of cleaning up these backlinks, which you can do within the tool, either manually or disavow them via Google. These people could be linking to you with or without your permission. And you're essentially just compiling a list to disavow the root domain, the URL, mirror pages, mirror images, mirror IP addresses, anything that's kind of related to this URL that's spammy. We give you reasons why we believe it's spammy or toxic, and you can clean up these backlinks linking to you. And they can be linking to you with or without your permission. So disavow does take up to 6 months, which is via Google. You can remove them manually if you email them directly, and we do provide contact information from the contact page. And you can integrate with your email here. You can email them directly in SEMrush. Another great tool is the link building. So after you clean up all the spammy backlinks, you can essentially outreach and get more backlinks. Backlinking is a manual process, and essentially what we're doing is speeding up that process. So you're typing in 10 keywords that you want to rank for or go after, and then 10 competitors. And we're looking at who's ranking for those keywords, who's linking to your competitors in terms of backlinking, suggesting the high quality backlinks, giving you the contact information to email them directly. So I'll just say you want to email that one form. We found 2 emails. We also look for LinkedIn or Facebook or Twitter accounts. So you can any means to email these people or get in contact with them. And you can do 500 emails a day to these people that we've found. And you obviously have to, customize that backlink email, but you're just essentially just asking to do, hey, let's do a blog post. Let's do a direct link or what kind of backlink strategy you want. You can build out here. We keep track of that. Was it sent? Was it delivered? Was it opened, read? And then did they respond to your email? And you can monitor your backlinks as well, making sure none of them are lost or broken or rejected. So this tool definitely helps out with that backlinking aspect. So let me know if you are not a paying user and you're just checking this out. Email me directly. My email, again, is up here, justin.nave.semrush. I can essentially hook you up with a 2-week free trial. So it's 2 weeks long, full access, no credit card needed. So no attachment, strings attached. And then if you are a paying user, as a thank you for attending today, we do give out a 20% annual discount. So it's kind of a thank you for coming out today and learning it. And you can take advantage of that regardless of how long you've been with us and regardless of what level of account you're on. So yeah, email me directly with any follow-up questions or trials or discounts or any concerns. Let me know, justin.nave@semrush.com. I do appreciate your time today. And I'll kind of take it from there. I'll hang out here for a second or two for any questions. But if not, thank you for attending and enjoy the rest of your day.